pirate. On the last episode, we was in the aft. We argued back in the aft, we'd be finishing some stuff. Thought I'd have a quick look around. And before we start, thanks for all my new subscribers, all my viewers, and your comments have been fantastic. And I see you've been getting a lot of Spanish subscribers as well. So, hola mi amigo, bon dias, or buenos tardes, or buenos noches, whenever you're watching. Yeah, if it's benefitos, you're more than welcome. I think that's how you say it anyway. Anyway, the finishes on the wall have come up very well. This is the walnut veneer with the satin finish, which I've decided on. And when we do this, this will become a gloss finish, which will be the hemple. So we've still got this one to do, but this one will need to be removed because it's a shower. I'll go to the bottom of this and I will seal that with resin because water will travel upwards. Right, next. We have now got the undercoats for the outside, for the hull and the underside. So that's going to be appearing in the next week or two. But we're still looking at the services in the aft. We've got to keep this moving because it's going to be very, very important. This wall here will be veneered. We'll get a veneer on that. And this section here, that'll be completely cleaned, sprayed in, ready for an electric board to go in. We'll put a wood board in on top, and everything you see here will go. This all has to be completely cleaned out, and the bottom section of this board here needs to be treated as well to prevent damp. I think let's have a few minutes where you watch and I'll spend a few hours doing it. We get these walls out of the way, then we're going to hit this, and then we're going to hit anything we can, because we want this area in action in the next month. I mean 2 or 3 weeks or sooner. Water, hot, cold, and pumped from the other end of this boat. So we're bringing the services in at some point. We're slowly getting there. Let's go. I'll put a lot of this probably into the wheelhouse for now because it's trims and it's all hardwood. It's going to be used, so we need to start thinking about trims soon and where the best places for them to go, because what we can do is prep them, cut them and varnish them, pre-varnish them. And we need to also look at the tank pipes and stuff as well, because we're working around this way into that tank, which will become a reserve diesel tank. Whether we use them or not, I don't know. For the time being, it's all going to go out there. Right, I'll bring you back when it's all clear. Right, we're clear. So this area is now ready to be completely washed down. We wash it down by hand today. It's early in the morning, so I don't want to be firing up any jets. So, but this is the area we're looking at really now. We want to get this basically primed and painted and prepped for an electric board, and then obviously move on to this wall. But all this area here is now very important because this is going to be the first part of this aft to be built. But we're going to give the whole lot a go. Obviously still got the roof to do, but that's all coming. It's all coming. There's no point messing about. Just give the whole lot a go. You're going to get all the dirt, all the stuff you can to the bottom of the boat. Absolutely. Just soak the lot. So you'll be able to assess what we need to do. And to be honest, I think this isn't that bad. And look, it's coming off. Just in this corner here, you can see we don't have any drain holes anywhere. So this here is going to potentially become a stagnant trap. So we know water goes down here. There's nothing we can do about this bit here. This is where the prop goes. But we do know that water will eventually come down to here, and we have no way of draining that water off. So that will be, it's very simple, a small hole will go through in this side panel into the lower bilge where the bilge pumps will be. Well, that will give that a drain hole, so we need to do that later. We might do one here as well, just on this one, just through here. and then all the rest look okay. The water's actually draining off. You need to bear that in mind because you'll get condensation, you could have a spillage, you could have leak, you don't know. And once you've got your boards down, one thing we need to make really sure is that all the drainage points, all of them, are clean and clear. And that will allow the water to go into the bilge, and the bilge to do its job, the bilge pump to do its job, leaving all underneath furnishers and the furnishings dry. Okay. Here we go. We're pretty clean. We're looking quite good, but we're gonna have to come and have a look at something. This little lock down here, I believe, goes here on this and activates the rudder. I do believe we're missing a section which comes across to the starboard rudder, but that's not a problem, it's a bar. What we've got to do is disconnect the pipe work and mount this so we know where it is, and it will explain something. This, looking at where we are, the hydraulics I do believe sit here, so, and then come across to this arm, so that brings this area quite high, which I think that this was a high bunk with possibly a low bunk as well, very small, like you get on a submarine, maybe a cabin restroom or something, but we don't want that. So before we do anything, we're going to have to disconnect the hydraulics pipes. These are all interlinks going to the flybridge steering and the front moors. We've got to look at it at some point, but we need to at least mount the main hydraulic cylinder so we know where it goes. Things like the diesel pipes we come back to, possibly cap top, we'll not be using that. So, right. Let's disconnect the hydraulic pipes and see where we go. See where we are. I don't think there's a lot of point in marking these pipes because I haven't got a clue how they go at the moment. I'm going to take some pictures of everything I've got. I mean, I've got it here, type 1, whatever it is. And then I'll go online and I'll find out how this is all connected up properly. Because a lot of these I think have just been, connected up to stop possible hydraulic fluid loss, whatever, but they've all got to be flushed anyway. So if I take off the 2 longest pipes, so we've got, must be 3 longest pipes, so we've got the main unit, then we can look at where the main unit mounts on its mounting, and then we can see what space we've got to work with. Right, so this is a jumble, isn't it? So why this is done like this, I'm not sure. It could have just been, I don't know, maybe they were thinking of something, I don't know. So this is a nice long pipe. So we'll have this one off, and I know we're going to get some hydraulic leakage, but there's nothing I can do about it. Well, actually I might not, because they're hanging tight. Okay, so here's one. And then oh dear, this is the other long one coming onto here. It's a spaghetti junction. You'll never, they've marked them up yellow and they've got yellow on the other pipe and stuff, but I ain't got a clue. I ain't got a clue. I'm going to do this so the moors can go back in when we get to the rudders we can actually start connecting some stuff up. But the bottom line of this is really, dear, we've got to get power to this as well. Okay, crack on with this for a second. So that's this one. Got another one here. The green, so we've got red, green, yellow. I'm sure there'll be people watching this. I know exactly how this goes. But I like to do it in a logical way where it's all laid out in front of me and I can sort of work it out, what's logical, look at a drawing of some sort, which I'll ask for one of these. So when I put it all back together, we'll actually have a chance of it working. And yeah, it's got to work. Get one of these off to get to it. Got another lock out here. That one's got to come off as well. Now, here's our unit. Okay, so now, if we're looking at the bottom, it does look like there's 3 capture bolts, which makes sense because there's 3 capture bolts in the plate. So we're now we'll mount this where we think it's going to go. Let's see how we go on. Okay, now I think if I line this up, I think this lines up like this, and then this one here goes onto this, and then this is where the other bar will go through to the other rudder. So I've got that bolt in. If I now line them up with the holes, that's that one. One more. Nothing's going on as it's not. Nothing's permanent. What I'm doing at the moment, I'm just sussing this out. So there's our steering. Let's have a look. So if we go, yes. So basically, what we're looking at, when the hydraulics are all connected and it's onto the steering, then this will operate. This will operate this rudder. And then this will be connected to a bar. There'll be a bar on here, which is definitely not on this boat. It's nothing that long, what I know of. And that then connects onto this one. And then we can do this. So here we are. So, it's high. But we can still do our plan. It's still there. We do need to build out, but it's okay. Right, let's tidy all these cables up. That has to stay in place for now because it's our measuring point. Basically, I'm just coming to the end of this bit now. I've just taken out, we didn't need all this stuff. We don't need it. I think it's going too low down. We don't need it to go as low down as that. It's actually below any water, which would get, if any water did get in the boat, it would be going to be below it. So, so take it out and I'll put another batten in behind because we can just spray that. We just spray that in. Okay, I'll just get this last bit out. I decided to take this out because it's good wood, it's solid wood, but some parts were getting really soft, and that's because we're trapping any condens, we're trapping around the base, and that's where it gets to. It comes up here. So if you leave him, you want our our planks or our boards, they want to be above that. So we can then treat this piece here, put the veneers on, treat the veneers, and we know we're not going to get any water tracking up through the wood into the veneer. We're earning the finishes in some years to come. It will take years for it to do it, but let's not go there. Let's do it now. How to do.